As the final votes are still being tallied, we are taking a look at what led up to the election result. And Fox 43's Sydney Nauman is joining us now. She spoke with a political expert who shared some contributing factors in the race that allowed the former president to win Pennsylvania. Sydney.
Amy, along with those final votes being tallied, exit poll interviews are also being examined still, and they're being analyzed, the results of which won't be available for some time after the election. But what political experts do know now is a variety of factors contributed to last night's results.
Thank you very much. Wow.
Surprise from both sides of the political spectrum.
I thought it would be a very close election.
I think it's safe to call it a Republican landslide. I was expecting a lot more of a closer race.
College students Ryan Thies and Matthew Craig represent just one demographic of voters who helped tip the 2024 presidential election scales in favor of former President Donald Trump.
So across the country and even in Pennsylvania, we saw pretty much every demographic group, every county, every region shift to the right as compared to 2020.
The 2020 election saw more voters under the age of 45 lean left, while those 45 and over tended to be more right-leaning. And while just 4 years later, those general statistics are still true, across the board, the number of people who voted Republican increased. But political science expert Sarah Niebler says the result doesn't just come down to age.
I spent a lot of yesterday at the polling place where Dickinson College students vote, and it's absolutely not that breakdown. And so it's much more Democratic, much more left-leaning. And so I think there's probably an education and age story that need to be told together.
And while demographics can play a large role in election results, so do the issues. Thies says during his time interacting with voters as president of the Dickinson College Democrats, he learned how people thought about one of the biggest topics in the 2024 election.
They were very concerned about inflation, the state of the economy, and they didn't feel like Harris addressed that enough, or they felt like voting for Harris was a vote for the current economic situation and they want to change.
Now, while we just mentioned a variety of factors contributing to the results we saw in this election, political experts are saying that because there was that shift to the right across all voting demographics, that usually means there's not just one factor that tipped the scales. Instead, it points to a larger trend or a combination of influences.
So, Sydney, with the combination of those issues nationally, can they tell us anything about the impact on other races that they had?
It can a little bit. It could affect the races further down the ballot, but we still have two major races that we are watching, one of which could help determine control of the U.S. House.